Hey guys!
Hey!
Welcome!
Hello! Welcome!
Vince the Hat Man.
Miss Jules Hatman.
Ms. Leisha Hatman.
That's right, and we're at Hatman headquarters today after a weekend of Scary Farm, guys.
That's right.
What'd you think?
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Julie and I were there Thursday for opening day of Spooky Farm and stayed all night for Scary Farm and got all 10 mazes done. And Leisha was there opening day.
Yes, last week.
And then again
yesterday,
Friday. Right? And you've done all 10 mazes too.
I have.
So it's time to rate the mazes, guys, and talk about the mazes and hopefully give you the information to, figure out which mazes you want to go to because, not all nights as we get closer to Halloween, it gets busier. Mm-hmm. So my first advice is get to Scary Farm sooner than later. Would you guys agree with that?
Absolutely.
Agree.
And if you can go on a Thursday instead of a Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
Because there's no Wednesdays this year.
No Wednesdays.
Right,
so,
cut the Wednesdays
But they do
out.
have a Sundays, don't they?
They do have some Sundays.
So either Sundays or Thursdays would be my suggestion.
And also get there early. Because that 1 hour, guys, if you get there at opening or you get there an hour or two later, it makes the difference in parking. It makes a difference in how long you're going to wait for mazes. Mm-hmm. It really makes a difference in everything.
Absolutely.
So get there early, do yourself that favor, and do it. Okay, Jewel, let's start. We're going to start with all 10 mazes, and we're just going to talk about them. We're going to rate them on our trucker hat scale, which if you're new to this channel, I own a hat company. That's why Vince the Hat Man. It's a long story. But I own a hat company, and we rate things instead of 5 stars. Or, some of the vloggers do different things, but we've always done 5 trucker hats.
Right.
So, or 5 just hats in general. Mm-hmm. So, let's start with, Julie, what's the first maze we're going to start with?
Okay, so we're going to start with room 13.
Okay, so room 13, if you don't know, is based on the Goring 20s, I guess, right?
It is.
Right.
So, that's where it is in that part of the park, and it's been there, do we know what year that opened?
This is second?
No, I think it's third.
Might be the third. Oh, 2023, yeah. So
okay, so this is the third.
This will be the third year.
Third year of Goring 20s. The Goring 20s Scare Zone is really a fun scare zone, and this maze goes along with it. Mm-hmm. So what are some of the highlights of the maze, Jewel?
Well, they have the Devil's Elixir,
That's the biggest thing.
That's the biggest thing. This during the Prohibition era, so it's kind of like a really cool theming. Mobs, yeah.
And in the area, they have scare actors, and one in particular who was great with the Devil's Elixir.
Oh, he's so good.
We don't know his name, but he's been part of a couple of our events and just a great guy. But he's not there this year, but he really made it fun.
He was fantastic.
So, Leisha, what do you think about room 13?
Contrary to popular belief, I love it.
So does Julie.
I do. It's the whole...
Yeah.
idea behind the Roaring Twenties, except it is actually goring with everything that they do. It's the glamour and the glitz.
Right.
But, the other side of what happens.
A little bit darker.
A little darker. It's actually pretty cool. And I love that as soon as you walk in, there's the bar,
Right.
and they have the bright green Devil's Elixir cocktail right there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the coolest part of it.
I think so.
I mean, it's not like a maze that's full of bloody. It's a
No,
different.
it has it,
it
but-
has it, but it's
that's
a different.
not-
It's a
Yeah.
different
Probably there's a
vibe.
reason
Effects.
that you like it, Julie.
I
It's
do.
like the
Yeah,
Roaring
'cause she
20s
like-
outside
yeah.
I
of
love
it.
that whole era.
Yeah.
And I love
Yeah.
the history of the Roaring Twenties area too, and
Yes.
I love that they do the Roaring Twenties scare zone.
Yeah.
So I think it's got some cool points. Don't you guys think?
I think so.
Yeah.
What is
Definitely.
it? Did you write anything down besides
No,
the
I
Devil's
have
Elixir
some little,
mostly?
I was talking about, let me see. There's the undead flapper, so I think that's so cool.
Yes.
They have and the makeup is really cool. There's some great effects that I remember. I remember every little part of it, but maybe you
Yeah,
do.
I like that. It's not the bridge. It's where they say it's under construction.
Under construction.
Under construction.
Oh, right.
And
Yeah.
again, it brings me back to the idea of the glamour and the glitzy
Yes.
kind of the Roaring Twenties.
Yes.
It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I think if you like the Roaring Twenties, the whole Roaring Twenties scare zone too, you like that whole vibe. It's a maze I would definitely go into. I think I think there's no bad maze at Knott's.
No.
Right? You agree with that?
I agree.
No.
There's no
Definitely.
bad maze. Every maze has its differences.
Right.
Some are just to us a little more, interesting and exciting. And if you have one night to go and you can't hit every maze, the closer you go to Halloween, it's really hard to do, guys.
Yeah.
Right.
It's hard to get 10 mazes in, see a shows. Time just goes
It's
by
more
too
crowded,
fast.
yeah.
So what do we want to rate Room 13? Leisha, start with you.
Well, I'm going to rate it a 5. 'cause
You're gonna
I
rate it
love
5?
But
Okay.
I'll also mention this, and this happened last night when we were there. As soon as we got out of the maze, the band was playing and
which
the
is
dancers,
fun.
and it's all the zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and
that's
that
so
was
cool.
perfect.
Oh,
So if you don't
perfect.
know, above by the Walter Knott Theater, they have the full band up there. That's
Yeah.
what you're talking
Yes.
about, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and they have dancers up there, and it's just that whole scare zone is really fun, and it does fit the scare zone perfect.
It does.
So I've talked to some people who thought that should just be a permanent maze over there
I
because
think so because it
you
fits
have
it.
it fits the zone. So why would
Yeah.
you change it?
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people who think Room 13 isn't great. I mean, I've heard from people saying it's our least favorite maze. It's not my least favorite maze. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna give it a 4 though.
All right. Well, I'm still going to say it's really one of my favorites, so I'm
So
going
you're
to give
giving
it
it
a
a 5
5.
too. Okay,
5
cool.
trucker
So
hats.
2 5s and a 4.
Right.
Okay. Next is what? Grimoire?
So, no, let's talk about Chilling Chambers.
Okay, so Chilling Chambers is over on the Camp Snoopy side, sort of, right? It's
It is, right
when
before-
Yeah,
before
it's
you,
right
it's
before.
right before you go over
fully
there.
in.
So Chilling Chambers is basically a museum of old haunt mazes that are all kind of into one. So it's a long maze. I think it has a lot of cool stuff because it pays a lot of homage to the previous mazes. If I have any complaints, there's no real storyline, if that makes sense. It's sort of
Correct.
just like you go from one maze with farting elephants or one part of it to, you know what I
Right,
mean?
To the dolls.
To the dolls.
yes.
And so,
But I think I like it because
I like
of
it
that,
too.
because I remember all those mazes.
yes.
But for someone that hasn't been going to them, they're gonna go, "What the heck is this?"
Yeah.
What's going
No,
on?
they're
There's
gonna-
no connection between
Right.
And it's kind of, because Cinnamon Slashers is similar in a sense that it has the old mazes.
Yeah.
It pays homage to the old mazes.
It does.
But it does it more with a storyline, where I feel like Chilling Chambers doesn't really have a storyline.
them. Well,
you think,
and you
or, I
think
don't
about
know.
the name for me. It's Chilling Chambers. It doesn't mean that they
has
have
to have a
follow.
storyline.
Every single
Yeah.
one is a Chilling
Yeah.
Chamber.
Sure,
so.
it
You
is
had
a
some
chilling
notes
kind
on
of.
that,
I
too,
did.
what you
Well, I
made.
mean, it just talks about it's not. I mean, the notes I have is not cohesive, as I was thinking. There's
Yeah.
because you're touching on 6 different mazes, and you're trying to kind of all
Yeah.
relate to them. So for me, I just think it was the experience could have been better. They could have made them flow better.
think about this, if you don't have a history of Scary Farm,
Right.
then Chilling Chambers may not mean anything.
It may
to
not
you.
mean much to
Right.
you. Yeah.
But to me, I really like Chilling Chambers because I think, to me, it's is it the longest maze? It feels like it, but maybe
pretty
not.
long.
I don't
It
know.
is pretty long.
I feel like it's a long maze,
Yeah.
especially that one time we
With the
did it
lights
at the
on.
lights on. That
Yes,
seemed like
that
it
seemed
was.
forever.
Plus, it was very
Oh my
hot.
gosh, it was
Yeah.
really hot
Yeah.
that day. So I
And
think, yeah.
when you do these mazes with the lights on, people take their sweet time and because they're not getting scared, and so maybe that's why. But that it seemed like it was going on forever.
It took forever when the lights were on.
Yeah, but what's the highlight of that maze? Like the farting elephants?
I love the trio of farting elephants. I think it's hilarious.
Like that? Yeah,
I mean, it's funny.
Think
you
it's
know.
Funny, yeah.
You know what I love, and every time I go through it, and I love it. It's silly, but the guy coming out of the wall because it's an actual scare actor, but you can't really tell how he's in there.
Right.
I love it.
That's cool.
It's actually
I think that's
cool.
very cool.
Yeah.
And all these mazes, guys, are really so dependent on the scare actors, you know?
Oh, for sure.
And, you know, I encourage you, if you can go more than once to Knott Scary Farm, at least do these mazes a couple times. It used to be like when I was a kid, when I'd go on like Pirates of the Caribbean or Fairy Tales, you see different things. Mm-hmm. And if you go on these mazes more than once, you'll see different things, different scare actors. They're not on a break, whatever. So Chilling Chambers is they're all dependent on that. But I like Chilling Chambers. And I'm going to give Chilling Chambers a 5.
Okay.
Julie?
I really feel like it has a lot of cool moments, so I'm going to say it's a 4.
4. Lisa?
I'm going to give it 4 trucker hats and a visor.
And a visor.
Ooh.
That's for our friend Hank. Hank, that's for you.
Yes.
Okay, let's keep moving on.
Okay, let me see my notes on Grimoire.
Okay, Grimoire. So Grimoire is just my least favorite maze in the park. There's several things I don't. I mean, it's still a good maze, but it's based on it's like a campfire story gone wrong in the woods, and then it has like weird. Like the one thing that really bothers me is the machine gun part. Like
right.
Like it's a battle zone in there, and I don't know how that ties into the campfire story of. I don't know. I never really understood it.
I don't love it either. It's actually my least favorite as well. But this is what I get from that, and it's not really explained. Maybe it's just me that's getting this idea. It's like a Fallout because you see all the canned goods, right? And then the machine gun to me, it's kind of like, okay, this is like a Fallout after a war or something. But there's no real explanation. The storyline from the book doesn't match that. It doesn't fit. So there's a disconnect as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't. And if you have PTSD, stay out of that maze.
Yeah, because you've got
because it's like this nonstop. You know.
You've got bomb shelters, war trenches. You have like 1950s black and white, images. So
yeah, it's going away. This is the last year of it. There was a lot of excitement about it the first year because it really had it. They were trying to sell it as like a storyline and a very detailed story to the maze,
Yeah.
But, so I'm going to give that one a 3. Maybe that's rough, but I give that a 3. What do you guys say?
I think I agree. I'm going to give it a 3.
I'm going to be ruthless.
2?
Giving it a 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's not my favorite.
It's
like
my
you said, it's
favorite.
good. It's fun. I will go
good,
through it,
but
it's not my favorite.
We went through with the lights on and then the lights off, and it was just as bad with either one. But that's okay.
Yes.
But the incessant machine gun stuff, it's too much.
That is a lot.
That didn't bother me as much,
it's just
but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It
And there's
wasn't great.
cheesy little things around corners, and you know what
I
mean,
like
weird things jump. I don't know. It's just not my favorite maze. But okay, next, Julie.
Let's pick Origins. The Curse of Calico.
Origins. Okay, so Origins. We talked about Room 13 being permanent in Goring 20s. The Origins should be permanent maze because it's the story of Calico, right? And the Green Witch, which is a huge part of Knott Scary Farm.
It's the history
and Calico
of it.
is the history of it. So that maze to me, the coolest part is the witch
at the end.
It's
love
such a cool thing. She's
it's
flying around and really cool. It's the story of the town of Calico, And there's some swampy scenes in there. The haunted shack's in there, I think, too.
I love the haunted shack.
Yes.
So there's a lot of cool things in that maze. We've been through that with the lights on, with the lights off.
Yeah,
and this is year 5 or 6 of that maze?
No, it's actually 7.
7 years.
7
Wow.
Oh, I thought it was 4 or 5.
No, I was reading about it, and it's like, okay, this is definitely the 7th year.
Keep Origins, story of Calico, story of the Green Witch. Maybe they could just do a little refresher on it, but I think that maze should stay personally, and I give that a 5.
Yeah.
I think it should stay. I love it.
I did too.
But I remember quite a few things from 3 or 4 years ago that are now broken. Several of them, and I miss those. Like the baby in the carriage, or
is that broken?
Yeah, because it used to jump out.
Yeah, it
and
did.
then I think the kids in the that are at school, they're writing or something, they were moving and they're not anymore. There were a couple of things. I will say I love that it does follow a very clear storyline from the court scene where they're in her trial from the very beginning to her taking revenge on the townspeople of Calico. It's perfect, and I do love that witch at the end. I love it.
Plus, when Scary Farm starts, the opening,
you have the Green Witch.
And sometimes again we've had the Green Witch, and so that should be a permanent maze in my opinion. 5, Leisha. What say you? 5, Julie?
I'm gonna say 4.5.
Really?
4.5 because
Seriously?
I really feel like it's in the 7th year. It needs a little bit of a refresh.
Yeah.
It needs a refresh. I think it could be really, really good.
Yeah.
It could be a solid 5 if they would just, you can't have things here broken or missing or they don't, you look for those things.
That happens like when Dark Ride was still a couple years ago, Waxworks and the Depths, and they started showing, because they didn't want to probably spend the money to,
Of course, but those other mazes, you knew they were going to go away.
Yeah, Origins is not going away.
But for Orange it can't, so they need to refresh it, they need to fix those things. I still love it though.
I love it too.
That's why I give it a 5, but I agree with you, Julie, they need to fix those things.
I know.
Okay, let's keep going.
Alright, so let's pick Widows next.
So this is year 2 of Widows.
Yes.
So Widows, the story is basically you go into a convalescent home first. That's kind of and you get eaten by these spiders.
Well, they invade their bodies, right?
And some of the old people, scare actors, are pretty freak you out a little bit.
They do. It's kind of scary.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah. The very first one when you walk in and she's in, I think it's a rocking chair.
She's in a rocking chair.
But I always forget that it's a live person, and she's like, "I'll bake you some cookies or something." I love that.
Yeah. Yes. And then it kind of goes into like a spider forest look.
Yeah, there's like the nursing home part and then like the spider lair. So you have like mummified people.
Oh yeah. Cocoons and the spider web cocoons.
But the best part is like the Spider Woman, or she's like half spider, half. I mean that is the best part of that maze in my opinion. And Black Widows and spiders, and you walk through and there's like, wire hanging down. It can freak you out a little bit too.
It can freak you out.
I think it's a pretty cool maze. I don't know if it's the best maze there, but I think for me, that last part is the best. And Knott tends to put like the big show at the end. You know what I mean?
There's always something. There's always one
big towards the end of the mazes. So I'm gonna say 4 for me. Julie?
Widows has been one of my favorites since it came out last year, so I'm gonna say 5.
Leisha?
I love it.
So you 5 too? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Next
I can see that.
Let's say, Mary, the Haunting of Worthome.
Brand new maze. Mary, we've only been on it once. Been on it. See,
it's
not a ride, Leisha.
It's not a ride. It's an experience. Right?
It's a maze.
It's a maze.
2 bites.
I keep saying ride, yes. Okay, Leisha's leading.
Going through the maze. Yeah, you guys went through it once. I went twice.
You've been twice. So, what was your initial? What was your initial?
Really like
and what was maybe because we've only seen it once, so maybe you could. Did you see anything different the second time?
Well, I did. There were. How it's a brand new maze, and it was the very first night, opening night.
Yeah.
And I was in there before the general opening, so it was
light out too.
It was light out, and that was fine. But there were glitches, like some of the screens were not working, and it wasn't as good. That night I went through it again, and at the end of the night, it was much better. Yesterday, it was way better.
Does it seem like there's a lot of video screens in that maze?
There are quite a few.
That was my point.
That doesn't bother me. I kind of like
it.
The other thing is that I did use my lantern last night, and on the screens it does actually trigger stuff.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things that I did like. Is that still working? Some of the lantern things are not working on the brand new maze. It still does, and I liked it. I think that's the reason.
So I noticed a lot of screens and a lot of props.
Yeah.
When we went through it seemed like they were missing a couple scare actors, maybe.
That's what happened last week for opening night.
Was it similar?
It was similar. Last night there were more, so I think.
So that's why we have we review food at Knott's. We always say 2 bites. Everyone knows the rules because you don't know after 1 bite.
You never know.
And I really to rate these mazes, I really wish we haven't been on it twice. Through it twice, but you should try to go more than once before you give it a full review. So just from my perspective, the one time I'm going to say it's cool. I think it was a good maze. I like the story, because we all remember that when we were young, the Bloody Mary thing. You say it 3 times, and blah 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 blah. So I would say 4.
I'm going to give it a 4, just because I really liked it, but I didn't absolutely love it.
Okay, Julie, what did you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it needs some work.
Okay.
Too many mannequins, not enough scare actors, and too many video screens. I was going to be hard on it and say 3.5, but I'll give it a 4.
Okay.
I'll give it a 4 and say it needs some room for improvement.
Okay. All right, next.
All right, what do we got next on my notes? Mesmer.
That's not your favorite.
Okay, so Mesmer, what's the story of Mesmer, Julie?
Well, I mean, first of all,
you made some notes on Mesmer.
I did. So it's 2021 is when it came out.
This is the last year.
The maze descends. What did I say here? It's madness and torture. That's the whole theme
and
of it.
And Mesmer is the magician, right?
Yeah. So
that's
it's
his name.
It's supposed to be underneath like a carnival tent.
If you've ever been to a carnival freak show,
yes,
like you see these freak shows, they used to have all these sideshow of freaks, which our friend Jacob the carpetbagger loves, by the way.
I know.
But that's kind of what it reminds me of like, and then kind of like hypnotic stuff.
Yeah,
sort of
it's Mesmer the hypnotist, so that's what it is. So.
But they have one of the coolest animatronics in that maze.
That one is
at the end.
Yeah, you guys like that?
Of course, I love
it. The ghost, the scare actor with
so
it.
Big.
That's really, really cool. It's just not my favorite maze because I don't like all that kind of hypnotic sideshow. See, their ambulance is coming for Mesmer. But I mean, when Mesmer came out, there was a lot of people who thought Mesmer was like the best maze that Knott's ever had,
right?
Because it was kind of different.
It was different for that time.
So just personally for me, it's just not my favorite maze because that's not my jam as much. The whole, it's like the Twilight Zone sort of.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
They have like the sideshow mirrors
and
all
stuff like that. And then you walk the glass with the rope or something.
Yeah, that's kind of
But the last animatronic is really good.
It is.
Yeah,
well, it kind of saves it almost. Well,
but it's people love that maze. So
I love it.
I'm gonna say 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought
3.5.
Yeah, I was expecting less than
probably 3.5. It's just not my favorite, but I know you're 5, right?
I'm 5.
Yeah,
but I like that whispering when you start walking in because it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is that psychological type of thing.
It is kind of a praise.
Yeah. And it's different because of that, but it's not everybody's thing.
It's not.
I have a few psychological problems, so maybe that's why it hits home.
It's very possible. Yeah.
All right, so I'm actually going to give it a 3.5. So it's really not my favorite.
I didn't know that. I thought you liked it more than me.
I think it's a little bit almost
because I know a lot of people it's their favorite maze. Because when I bagged on it before, I got like.
Hey, you know what? To each his own. These are all just our opinions and how we feel about it.
But it's going away.
So
yeah,
and we've said away.
I like every maze at Knott's, and that's why you have different mazes because different people are going to go. Okay, keep going.
Oh, cinema slasher.
Okay, cinema slasher. Spoiler alert. This is probably my favorite maze because it has it's history of Knott's a little bit, but it's a storytelling through a theater and going into these different you break through the what do you call it, the screen? Is that the screen? The curtain or whatever, and it's an homage to several of the other mazes in the past.
Right.
But the way it's done through the whole cinema idea and let's all go to the lobby and the popcorn. It's just I love this maze. I'd give it 5 all day.
Yeah, I like it a lot, but it's not my favorite.
Okay.
I think it does do a very good job of connecting those different mazes through that theme, which is a cinema slasher. Yeah. But I don't know, it just didn't. It's not great to me.
Because that's what Chilling Chambers doesn't have.
But it's correct.
It doesn't have the storyline,
right?
And I think cinema slasher sort of.
Kind of ties it all together. And you go through each movie thing.
And the mazes were good mazes that they're trying to. Was it like
I don't remember what they were.
Slaughterhouse or something.
Yeah, Slaughterhouse is one of them.
So
Camp
I'm gonna give it. Yeah, I like it, but it's not my favorite. So I'm just gonna give it.
Isn't that the maze where he's cutting the person open with the chainsaw?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he's jumping around.
Yeah, right. That's kind of cool. Yeah. So I love Cinema Slasher 5, and you say 3.5, and you say
4.
I'm gonna say 4.
A 4.5.
4.5.
4.5. You say 4.
I'm gonna say 4.
Okay. Next, Julie.
Okay, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. 8 Fingers 9, the Boogeyman.
So, I mean, the cool thing about this is, everyone as a kid said, the Boogeyman's going to get you, right?
Yes.
The Boogeyman's going to get you. And I think this is a pretty darn cool maze.
Yeah.
It is.
And the Boogeyman
does get you.
And the Boogeyman does get you.
Yeah.
8 Fingers 9. So, what's your favorite part
Oh my God, that one's
There's
tough.
a lot of
There's
good
a
parts.
lot because the actual like the costumes and
they're really good.
You know what? The scare actors in
The
that
scare actors are really
fabulous. They all are.
They
As
are
soon as you walk in,
super good.
there was
I know.
one. I can't remember what I think it's a she's doing or something. But right off the bat, it just kind of catches your attention, and I think the way it's done is fabulous, and it's the boogeyman.
And our friend
It is the
Doug,
boogeyman.
Doug, who's on this channel sometimes, his daughter is in Eight Fingers 9 this year.
Yes.
So that's his favorite maze. Shout out, Doug. So yeah, I think 5.
Yeah.
5.
And it's going to be a 5 for me, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the epitome of, like, you know, when we were kids and the boogeyman.
Yeah, the
So
boogeyman.
it's
The
great.
boogeyman's going to get you.
And like you said,
You
the
know?
costumes are amazing.
And I like that they're taking things from our childhood, like the Bloody Mary thing and the boogeyman.
I mean, I did the
things
Bloody
like
Mary.
that.
Spiders.
Yeah,
Spiders.
Spiders, too. Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
Okay, all right, cool.
And last but not least is the zoo.
Brand new maze. I think the whole idea is awesome, right? It's about trying. What's the premise? What do they say exactly? In they say something. You had some notes about it.
So it's a maze.
So
Haunted maze is set inside an abandoned zoo.
But they're trying to
But
transform.
the military's been conducting experiments on them, like hybrid, like experience. So
like half man, half.
they want to create a
animal.
mutant super soldier is basically what they want to do. So
I think the idea is awesome. It's a good maze, and the lights go out. Leisha was there for that.
Yeah.
At 11 o'clock, you can go and they give you flashlights, right?
Yeah.
they're like little.
Is that for the rest of the night or just for?
Just for the ride.
I went on it. It was like I think 12:30 at night. So yeah, I think it goes on after 11 o'clock. It stays dark
till the end.
I
from
thought
11
even
on.
outside when you're walking up to the maze is cool how they have it.
Yeah, I think so.
That's really. What was your favorite part?
Oh.
Do you have one? Again,
I haven't gone
it's
through
harder
that
for us
much.
because we've
And-
only been one
No,
time.
Yeah, we've
And
only been
I-
the once. One
Yeah,
time.
and I only went through it at the dark one time.
That's
and,
harder,
Okay.
yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
But it surprised me. I was very pleasantly surprised. I wasn't expecting much from it after, what is that called when we went for the preview? Nightmares Revealed. After Nightmares Revealed, I wasn't expecting much. It was like, oh, I don't know, this doesn't look that great. And I was actually very pleasantly surprised. It's very good.
It was
but
good.
the lights out
Is
was
the way to go.
awesome. Because
That's
they
the
give
way to
you
go,
this
isn't
flashlight that has that yellow light that you
Ugh.
can barely see.
Which is
Great. Fabulous. And you can't see too well around you, but you can see the path, so the scare actors just jump out at you.
That's
I thought
great.
that was really cool.
And that is the old Bloodlines maze.
Yes.
So there was some reusable props in there,
That's-
people. That's what I noticed. I was like,
forgot
oh, this
about
is
that.
like Bloodlines.
Well, that's
Yeah,
not
they were
uncommon
there.
for
And I
Knott.
guess that's
Yeah.
I guess that's okay.
It's okay.
It's a
You
cool
repurpose,
premise. I
right?
thought there was some
Yeah.
really cool scenes in there. We haven't done the blackout
lights out,
thing,
yeah.
and I think that's
No,
really
we
cool
haven't done
too.
that part.
Very
So
cool.
But the one time we went through it, I'm actually going to give it a 5. I thought it was pretty cool.
yeah,
What say you, too?
I'm giving it a 5.
Are you giving it a 5 too?
Yeah.
Julie?
I would say 5.
5 too.
Maybe if we would have done the 11 o'clock and after, it might be like a 5
Yeah,
plus.
so we want to
yeah.
go through these mazes a couple more times, again, to give it a better feel. But the whole idea of it and some of the great props in there, the flashlights, different things they're doing, I think it's a really cool idea, whoever came up with that maze. To me,
Yeah.
I personally like that better than Mary, for me, but that's just me. I don't know, which of the two new ones, which did you prefer?
That's a tough call. Because there were things in Mary that I liked. And the zoo, if it didn't have the lights out,
Maybe
I
that
might have
would
gone
be-
with
yeah.
Mary. But I like that
So you
concept.
go
So I'm
zoo.
going to give it a 5 just because
Yeah.
that's a new concept that we haven't seen there.
So the two,
Yeah.
I like Zoo, Leisha likes Zoo. Which one do you like?
No, between those two,
Yeah, you like
definitely Zoo. I
Okay.
mean, I think their lighting, their soundtrack is
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
They have like the burst of air that
Yeah.
in the different
Did you-
parts,
did
like
you
it
feel
creates
that?
like
Yeah.
a heat
Yeah,
zone.
that was kinda cool.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Okay, guys, so that's the wrap up of the 10 mazes. So I hope this helps you when you go to Scary Farm. If you could only hit like 5 of the mazes, just listen to us. Hopefully we can give you just a little bit of our opinion. And, in the comments, if you go, tell us what maze you like the best. It may be different. But remember, there's different experiences every time you go. Because there's different scare actors, different amount of scare actors. The props are going to stay the same, but the scare actors still make the maze.
Right.
And that's when, in the old days, that's what made the maze in general, all the mazes, were the scare actors. Now we've come a lot more with video screens and higher tech props and things of that sort. but scare actors make the maze. Okay, so let's just name our top two. Leisha, let's start with you. Top two.
Gosh.
Top two that you have to go when you go to Scary Farm. What are they going to
be? Eight Fingers 9.
Eight Fingers 9. The Boogeyman.
Yeah, the Boogeyman. And then just I nostalgic. Room 13.
Wow, really?
I love it.
Wow, okay. So Room 13 and the Boogeyman. Julie?
Gosh, it's so hard. I almost have 3, but I'll say Room 13 I really do like. But I think the zoo is a really good, it's probably the best maze, I think, this year. I like it.
Okay, what's 2? Zoo and what?
Oh, no, I was doing 2. I'm just going to do 2.
No,
you said 2.
What was the 2 you said? Zoo and what else?
Room 13.
Oh, Room 13.
Yeah.
So you both said Room 13.
Yeah. Right.
You said zoo, and you said...
Eight Fingers 9.
Eight Fingers 9. I'm going to go a totally different direction because I have a lot of nostalgia. So in no particular order, I'm going to say Cinema Slasher and Origins are the 2 you should definitely see. So if I could go to Knott's and just bring somebody, and I didn't have time to hit all 10 mazes, I was going to go once, I'd say Cinema Slasher and Origins. And the one I would avoid would be Grimoire. So that if there was one that I would avoid, Grimoire.
Yeah.
Same thing?
Same thing.
So there you go. So the ones we kind of, between the 3 of us, we have Origins, Cinema Slasher, Zoo, and Room 13.
And Eight Fingers
8 Fingers 9.
So those would be half of the 10. So
Yeah.
those would be the best. So I hope that helps you guys. Go see Origins and go to Cinema Slasher.
Hey, don't try to,
Honestly, because new is not always better.
Sometimes it is.
It's not the new zoo review. But it's a good maze. But anyway, new zoo review. Old people will know what that was. New zoo review. Right? Do you guys know what that was?
Yes.
Old people know.
Henrietta. Yes.
Anyway, so those are the 5 we would say between the 3 of us and our favorite 2. So when you go to Scary Farm, hopefully this helps you again. Pick the mazes you want to see. If you can do all 10, do all 10. In the comments, rate your top 3. We'd love to see what you guys think. Not just our opinions, but those are our opinions. I've been going to Scary Farm since the 80s. Julie's newer to it.
Yes.
The last 10, 12 years.
12 years,
And
yeah.
Lisa's been going how long?
Since the 90s.
Since the 90s, so she's been going a long time too. So that means that my opinions are the best. Lisa's are second.
See the
Here
big
we
eye
go.
roll?
Of
Okay.
course.
Listen to the girls. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel, Vince the Hat Man, for Knott's Berry Farm, restaurant reviews, all kinds of fun things. Just fun events, different things that we do on this channel. But we base a lot of it on Knott's. And subscribe to our channel, and our Facebook group is what, Julie?
Knott's Then and Now.
For the best of the past and the present, we encourage you to join that group. Julie and Leisure are both group experts, and it's a really fun group, and it's an active group. So we hope you can put some pictures in of now Knott's and of the past when you went. So thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate it. We hope you learned something in this video about Scary Farm. I love Scary Farm.
I love Scary Farm.
We love Scary Farm. So none of these opinions are saying when something we say, I mean, hey, Grimoire's still a very interesting maze. It's just not...
It's not our favorite.
Not our favorite,
Right.
And, go check them out. But maybe this will help you to go to the mazes, to pick the mazes you're going to go to. Because there's a lot to do at Knott's. There's shows, too. The Hanging, which Lisa just saw.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, and the Hanging. Conjures is in the Birdcage. And then the... what do they call it?
Carnival.
Yeah, you get lots of carnival acts out on the Calico stage, and so there's a lot of photo ops to take, and there's a lot to do and food to try. But do the mazes, skip the rides, go to the rides some other time.
Yeah.
Go to the mazes. The only overlay is the log ride this year.
Right.
Yeah.
So do the mazes, get to the mazes, get there early. Parking will be easier, crowds will be less. You can do 10 mazes in a couple hours, believe it or not, if there's no lines. If there's lines, you can end up a whole night with 3 or 4 mazes.
Yeah.
So get to Knott's as early as you can. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. And where will we see everybody?
In the
fog.
In the fog.
Wait, 1, 2, 3. In the fog. All right, guys, thanks. See you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.